weighing in Fights and Films.
Hi, welcome to Weighing In Fights and Films. I am Brett the Threat with my cousin and co-host
Jenny Rose, and we are going to be weighing in tonight on The Ultimate Fighter episode 7, correct?
Yep.
Between Justin Edwards fighting out of Team Garbrandt, he was in red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus Joe Stevenson, Big Daddy Joe, or Joe Big Daddy, or
Joe Daddy?
Joe Daddy, something. There's something. The Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, that's a better nickname.
Yeah.
He was fighting out of Team Dillashaw. So this episode moved right along. They actually didn't really have too much of the drama till the end, but I was more distracted by the continuity errors at that point.
When they Skyped in with Dana and they had like, it was like, you said like a bottle or something?
There was a bottle of blue liquid, because I remember going, what the heck kind of mix is that that's that color blue? You know, that ain't natural. But I kept appearing and disappearing, so I'm like, this was not done in one take.
I have to say though, the drama was actually, I didn't mind it because it was at the end. It was actually talking about the fight. That's where the drama was coming from.
Well, let's get to that. First, let's get to the fight, then we'll go to that part.
Okay.
We'll go in sequence.
Okay, cool.
So they gave a little backstory, mostly on
Joe Daddy.
Joe Daddy, which I was on set with him on Kingdom. I remember.
Sweet.
Yeah, very nice guy. You called that Justin Edwards looked to be the tougher of the fighters going in.
Yeah, he looked a little bit more intense. I know, when Joe was talking, he actually admitted, like, yo, I'm not really here to win.
Yeah.
He's here to prove to his sons that, you know, you get a second chance in life at anything you do. And right away I'm just like, you know, if your head's not that in the game, then you're not gonna win.
And you were right. They did 2 rounds and then they sneakily cut to a commercial. We thought a third was coming.
Yeah, even my friend texted me, he's like, we're going to round 3! And like,
And then it comes back from the commercial. Fight off. Well then, what?
So let's talk about the fight.
Teaser. And,
round 1, what happened?
Joe got punched a lot.
Joe got punched a lot. I really like Justin's combinations. You were saying that they're basic.
They're basic, but
he threw a lot of them.
Joe wasn't moving off or defending them. So.
I like what you said. He fought like a heavyweight. He was really kind of scrunched up, little flat-footed.
Yeah, he was moving
forward.
slower. He wasn't as light on his feet. He looked like a heavyweight fighting there, and Justin just was dancing around him.
Yeah, and he did that thing that I always criticize fighters do, like when their opponent sneaks in a couple of good hits on their face, they always tend to like smile and go, ha ha, yeah, you didn't get me that good, ha ha. And while they do that, their hands drop. And in this one, Justin took advantage of it and punched him some more. So it's like, knock off the, hey, you didn't get me bullshit and just stay in the fight.
But sometimes it's habit. It's not anything they may even be aware of.
So that's something they do during practice?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their coach should get on them about that.
And you saw these 2 guys kind of having some camaraderie in the house, so they weren't enemies.
Oh, you think that kind of oozed its way into the fight? You're like, hey.
Maybe, I think a little, at least with Joe, because, like he said, he wasn't as aggressive leading into the, he didn't seem to be the aggressor going into the cage.
And there's a lot of pulling guard in this whole fight by both guys.
There was 2 pull guards by Justin and 1 by Joe. That's not a lot.
Yeah, well, that's a lot.
And one of them could be questionable where he got the takedown or not, because Joe was actually initiating a takedown when Justin pulled the guard. So it's like, depending on what angle judges saw that from. Right,
I think Justin pulled the guard. I don't think that...
No, he did pull guard.
Right, but I don't think that would be considered a takedown in my opinion. But I can see how you could say, like, because he was initiating the takedown, the judge might sway it in that direction, so he could go 2 takedowns.
In the first round.
In the first round. So
the second one
Joe could have won on points because of that.
The second pull guard that Justin did, though, was definitely a pull guard because he was not in the process of being taken down.
Yeah.
That was definitely him pulling guard. And then Joe did that in the second round. He pulled guard.
I think in the second round, I think Justin fired off a lot more combinations and scored a lot more strikes.
Right, and he almost sunk in a deep guillotine, but Joe weathered through it. And he went to I love how they said, and they've gone the distance. No, they didn't. The distance is 3 rounds.
Well, technically, if the fight is scheduled for 2 rounds, going the distance is still, you actually went to a decision. You disagree. It has to be 3, okay.
Well, because that would mean that they both warranted a 3rd round. That's the distance. This is like you crossed the finish line, but you kind of walked across instead of run.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I think the argument can be made for both
It
ways.
could be made for both, but I would like mine.
But I did like Justin's spinning back kick. I thought that was pretty. You thought it was like but
He
I
threw
liked
one
it.
that was not pretty, and it
He had one
got
that
up
landed
there.
right in the liver.
No, remember we argued about this. It was
Mm-hmm.
a little low for the liver. It was almost to the junk.
Almost.
So anyway,
Still pretty.
and then he had one that was like in slow motion, and it still got in on Joe. So it's like, dude, that was going like
It scored.
It was going the speed of a Prius, and running low on battery, and you still got hit with it.
I drive a Prius.
Justin walks away with was it unanimous? I believe it was.
Was it? I didn't catch it.
Yeah, but well, I think it has to be if it didn't go to the third, right?
I don't know the rules. I really don't.
Garbrandt finally gets a win. They do not get swept by the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into a little room where we watch our TVs on a TV of Dana. So that's like what, like Deadpool would say, that's like 16 wall breaks.
Are you talking about the when they Skyped in?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so they had a
watching
little
TV.
meeting as to who's going to get the wild
Yeah,
card.
you're watching a TV of a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was,
Deadpool reference.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
so, but anyway,
Nerd.
that's what. Yeah. Duh. Who do you think all this movie prop is? That's me. But
in the end, they choose.
they choose Joe
Joe
to
Daddy.
come back. And
So now
they-
he has to fight like
on 6 days.
it's 6 days from now. He has to fight again, and he has to fight another guy who fought
Already has
2
It's-
weeks
it's
ago or
already
something
happened.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he clearly has a disadvantage because he fought so soon. But that's where the drama came in. When Garbrandt was like saying, you know, it's too soon for him to fight again, and you know,
Right.
I kind of agree.
But I get what Garbrandt was saying. If I was the coach, I wouldn't put a fighter back in that soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what I kind of on Garbrandt's side of the argument on that one. They're
Smart.
doing kind of like the Cowboy Cerrone fighting schedule. you know?
Every other week you're taking a fight.
Yeah. He's never been on the show, huh? He's like built for the show.
No, he was discovered by the Tap Out people.
Yeah, he's like built for the show. That was the only real drama. They stayed away from the other boring drama. So
But
that was good.
Yeah, but it was like appropriate drama. It wasn't like made up, you know,
Yeah.
fake drama. So how do you weigh in on the episode?
I'll give this episode, in the scene of this season,
Mm-hmm.
this has been one of their better episodes, and
Yeah.
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 too.
Yeah, so, because I mean, as much as Justin really kind of dominated that fight,
Mhm.
Joe didn't lay down.
Yeah, it was actually
Yeah.
a very entertaining fight. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
stuff happened and went down and went up and went down
Yeah,
and went up.
Yeah,
There's submission attempts. There was a lot of good combinations, some spinning shit.
yeah. So
I liked it.
I'll give it a 4. I'll go. I'll this season needs a little redemption of its own, so I'll give it a 4.
All right, so that's how we weigh in on episode 7, The Ultimate Fighter Redemption Season. Don't forget to support her MMA fight career. You got a fight coming up when?
Yeah, you can't see my biceps because it's cold. July 14th.
July 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And your line?
You can support this YouTube channel weighing in fights and films by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we have a link below for merchandise as well.
Yeah, tell us what you think about the episode. Did you like the fight? What'd you think of it? And who do you got coming up in the next fight?
Do you agree with Garbrandt? Too soon for Joe?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.